Everyone, as long as we're doing Whitfield from home, you have a lot of different choices on how to keep yourself thinking and working creatively. Just because we're at home, it doesn't mean creativity is canceled. I've already sent you several different choices for you to pick from, prompts that you can use to start on your own drawing projects. However, if you'd like to work on something a little bit more involved, this is your opportunity. We're going to be looking at a piece of art, we're going to be thinking about it together, discussing it, and I'm going to walk you through the steps to do something a little bit extra special. So, let's get started. Okay, just the same way as we begin many classes, we're going to start by looking at a piece of artwork. I'd like you to take some time to make your own observations on this painting. Pause the video and really study the picture. Look at everything there is to see. Think about the choices the artist made, the elements of art that are emphasized. How do the colors make the painting feel? What if the colors were changed? So this painting is called Bedroom in Arles, and I thought it was particularly appropriate considering you're probably spending some extra time in your bedroom these days. It was painted by Vincent van Gogh in 1888. Van Gogh painted this picture of his bedroom in a place that was a dream of his. He called it the Yellow House. It was in southern France, and he dreamed of it being an artist's retreat. To Van Gogh, this was a very simple bedroom. He was influenced by Japanese artists in their approach of minimalism. So there's very little furniture in the room. He's got a couple of pieces of artwork on the wall that they're miniature versions of portraits that he had painted of his friends. But to him, this painting conveyed the restfulness that he got from this room. In fact, he was confined to this room for many days at a time while he himself was sick. So even though we notice that the perspective looks kind of funny in this picture, it looks like the floor is kind of spilling up at us, to Van Gogh, all the colors that he picked were very symbolic of restfulness, from the color of the bedspread to the color of the walls. It all symbolized a place of healing and rest to him. Ironically, Van Gogh's dream of the Yellow House being a restful artist retreat was never really a reality. He had invited his friend and fellow artist Paul Gauguin to be his roommate and partner, and the two men were very passionate in their views and explosive in their personalities, and they fought constantly. They were terrible roommates. Their relationship ended with a huge fight, and Gauguin walked out. They never saw each other again after their last fight. Now, I often ask you at the end of a project, if you started all over, what would you have changed? Well, Van Gogh actually did go back to this painting. He painted it twice more, about a year later, and you can notice some differences in the composition. He painted one of them for his family back home. And then there's this final version, which you can tell is quite a bit different. If you click back and forth on the video, look at all the differences. Look at how the colors have changed, the way the paintings tilt out from the walls more. How does this version of the bedroom differ in the way it feels from the other ones? To me, the green color, the way the pictures hang off the wall, it's quite a bit more eerie. So we're going to be using Van Gogh's bedroom paintings as an inspiration for our project today. Bonus points if you make 3 different versions of it. You can get this project done with just a few supplies that you probably have around your house, including a cereal box, scissors, construction paper, markers. Liquid glue is best for this project. You might need some masking tape if you skip or mess up one of the steps, but you probably won't need it. So the first step is that I cut open my cereal box. I found another piece of cardboard from another box in my kitchen, and I used it to create a 6-inch square. You can make yours bigger if you want. And you're going to use that square as a tracer so that you can trace out 3 squares in your cereal box that come together to form an L shape. You're also going to notice I've got an extra little shape inside the L. That's going to become a glue flap later, and it's pretty important that you put it inside the L in the right spot. Once you have your shapes all traced out, you're going to cut them out, And then you need to crease everything on the lines. You can use a ruler or the edge of your table or countertop. And then you're going to put some liquid glue on your glue tab, fold it up so that it forms a little half of a room. This is the part where you might need masking tape. If you messed up the glue tab, you can always just sub it out with masking tape. After your room is put together, you can use your tracer to cut out some construction paper squares to add color to the walls and the floor of your room. So now it's time for you to start working on some furniture for your bedroom. And obviously, the first thing that's probably the most important is making the bed. So I started by folding a piece of paper in half and cutting it apart to make the bed frame, the headboard, and the footboard of the bed. And then you're going to fold a couple of glue tabs on the bottom of each of those. You can cut out another square of construction paper, and you're going to fold each side twice for the edge of the bed and the glue tab on the bottom. You can also cut out a little piece of paper for a pillow. Now it's time to decide where your bed goes in your bedroom. You're going to add some liquid glue onto the footboard. And once you set it down, try not to mess with it or touch it too much. Just trust that the glue will hold once it dries. So all three pieces, one at a time, and then leave it alone. So once you've folded and glued in your bed, now it's time for you to start to get creative. The same ideas apply about folding glue tabs as it does to all the other furniture, so you can decide what kind of furniture your bedroom needs. Maybe you look at your own room for ideas. Here I'm making a little dresser. You can make a bedside table. You can make shelves for books, toy boxes, anything that you feel like your bedroom needs. Here I'm making a little cylinder. I'm going to make a lamp for my bedside table, so I just put a little glue and I roll up a strip of paper around a pencil and take the pencil out, and I let it dry for a couple of minutes before I go on. I'm going to make a shade for the lamp. I'm cutting out a circle, and I'm going to cut a slit into the center of the circle so that I can roll it into a cone shape for the lampshade. Once I've got my furniture put together, I can decide where it goes. That lamp just sits in a little puddle of glue, and again, don't touch it, it will hold. So what else does your bedroom need? It probably needs a window. I like to cut out the glass shape and then glue it down on another piece of paper and then cut it to make the window frame. Same with rugs. I like to cut out a shape, glue it down on the next piece of paper, cut out the shape, repeat the process as many colors as I want. You might also think about what kind of artwork you want on your bedroom's walls. Think about projects that we've done in the past in class. Make tiny little miniature versions of those art projects. The second graders might recognize what I'm hanging on my bedroom wall there. And that's it. I hope you enjoy this project. I hope it challenged and motivated you. Send me your questions, send me photos of your work. I would love to see how creative you got with your Van Gogh bedroom projects.